The message that I bring to Israel is this. You may be strong enough on your own to defend yourself, but as long as America exists, you will never ever have to. We will always be there by your side.
President Biden was absolutely correct in calling this sheer evil. Hamas is ISIS, and just as ISIS was crushed, so too will Hamas be crushed.
Now there's Holocaust #1 and Holocaust #2, and it's mind-blowing, infuriating, unbelievable that it happened in 2023 in Israel.
They're wiping us out. This is genocide. It's not even an attack anymore. And they keep saying leave the Gaza Strip. Where to? They bombed everything.
Rocket attacks between Israel and Gaza ramped up again for a 6th straight day. At least 2,600 people are dead on both sides. 3 times as many injuries have been reported so far.
At least 27 Americans have been killed since Saturday. 14 remain missing. The U.S. is working to organize charter flights to get the remaining Americans out of Israel as soon as possible. This all coincides with Israeli defense preparing for an all-out ground assault in Gaza. CBS News reporter Haley Ott joins us from Jerusalem. Haley, Israel is obviously gearing up for some possible ground offensive, but what can you tell us about the latest fighting leading up to this moment?
The Israeli military has said that it is carrying out a large-scale strikes on Hamas targets in Gaza today, as you said. They are massing troops on the border in preparation for some sort of ground offensive. We do not know exactly what will come next. This is as the death toll since Hamas's attack over the weekend has risen to 1,200 people here in Israel and over 1,400 people in Gaza. The humanitarian situation in Gaza as well continues to deteriorate. Power was shut off yesterday. You've got hospitals that are running out of fuel to power their generators, which could mean people on dialysis can't get their treatment, x-rays can't be carried out, incubators will have to be shut off. Meanwhile, as airstrikes continue, civilians are trying to find whatever safety they can. They're flocking to hospitals or schools in hopes that those will offer some safety. Egypt is apparently engaging in talks about opening its border with Gaza for some sort of humanitarian operation, but that remains to be determined.
All right. Well, Haley, Netanyahu has made some of his strongest statements to date, pledging that every Hamas member is a, quote, dead man. How are people in Israel and Gaza preparing for what could be a long war?
I have been in East Jerusalem today talking to Palestinians here about how they have been reacting and feeling since Hamas's brutal attack over the weekend. And the people that I've been speaking to have said that everybody has been scared. The location that I'm at is Damascus Gate, which is usually a busy entrance into Jerusalem's old city. And it's a gathering place. On a normal Thursday night, there would be lots of people milling around here, hanging out. As you can see, if you can make it out behind me in the dark, it's pretty much empty. And that's what I've been hearing today with all the Palestinians I've spoken to here in East Jerusalem, is that they are staying home because they're afraid not of rocket attacks, but of unrest or of being attacked if they leave their homes.
Haley, I also want to ask you, especially with you there in Jerusalem, about the politics in Israel. Obviously, Netanyahu was previously on the opposite side of the aisle than Defense Minister Benny Gantz. They've now formed an emergency coalition. Talk to us about what's going on then in terms of how that is guiding Israel's response.
Israel, before this attack, was incredibly divided. It's been going through one of the most divisive periods in its political history. There have been hundreds of thousands of people protesting every week against judicial reforms that would have radically reshaped the way the courts work in this country. And there were people speaking out against Israeli Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu. Now, with this attack and with this new unity government, politically what that does is it allows the politics of what we've been seeing for months prior to this to effectively be put aside. Now, whatever action happens next, that it isn't a political decision. It isn't on the right or on the left. It is a unified Israeli decision. And I think that is what this unity government and war cabinet is about.
Haley Ott, thank you.